My name is Gerri Osman, and I am a donor mom, and I now work for Intermountain Donor Services, which is IDS, as a public educator. My son Sebastian, he was 16 years old. He was very excited about going and getting his driver's license, so he's in the process of taking driver's ed, and he had a presentation about organ donation. And Sebastian was the type of kid who really thought about other people. So when he had that presentation in his class, it really left an impression with Sebastian. He asked me, "Hey mom, are you an organ donor?" We'd never talked about it before as a family in our home. I looked at him and I said, "Well, I don't know." And he said, "I support it." He wanted to make sure that I understood that he was putting a yes on his driver's license. And he wanted to make sure that I would support that. He just, went on being a typical teenager, and he was getting ready for school. One day, it was a Friday, and they would leave sometimes for lunch, and it was when he was walking back from that lunch that he had an accident. The injuries that he sustained were very extensive and very life-threatening. He was in very critical condition. He was on life support. He was kind of in limbo. And that's when families are faced with the choice whether or not to leave a loved one on life support or to disconnect them from life support. And then the doctor who was in charge, he just simply stated to me, and if you do choose to remove him from life support, you might want to think about donation. And I just kept feeling the impression of that conversation that I had with my son. The bottom line is that it's about Sebastian. It's about honoring his choice, his wishes. He can't speak for himself. And I know what he wants. I know what I need to do. And I did give consent. I have had contact with one of my son's recipients, and it was his liver recipient. Her name is Carol, and I met her and some of her family. Carol met her husband when they were teenagers, and she has a son not much older than when my son was when he passed away. And her kids love and adore her. They need her. I have a very unique situation. I mean, Sebastian was my only son, my only child. Because of that donation, I have a huge extended family, and that's been a big gift. I can't change the fact that I lost my son. What I can do is embrace it, and I can find the good that can come out of it. I don't have to guess. I don't have to wonder what my loved one would have wanted. I know exactly what they wanted because they took the time to talk to me.